Oh yeah, Corpse. Let's get it. AK. Okay, so it looks like we got some volume here today. I was a little bit concerned today would be a bit slow, but not looking too bad here. It's pretty windy. Sorry. Okay, so New York Open bought some decent volume here. Let's see. Yeah, you had about a 60 pip push there at New York Open. Not bad at all. DXY here also pushing up to new highs. So my weekly outlook for gold was that we were back into this range right here. Wow, gold is pushing. So, being in this area, as you come into these lows, we need to be very careful. It's very difficult to decipher an exact level which would give you a reaction or a rejection. You've got 1900 right there. 1910 was a bit of an issue as well, which we've had clear breaks below now. You got 1905, you got 1903, you got 1900. So there's all these levels to be careful of as we move into the lows of this range. Overall, though, looking at the weekly, you do look ripe and ready to move down, right? But like I say, you just have to be careful of these rejection areas. So what's going to look really clean is if we get a daily candle closing below this zone. Then it's going to be no questions asked. Looking for a nice clean move down into the monthly lows here at 1893, and also looking to fill some of this clean traffic to the left. We got targets at 1886, 1870 roundabout, and 1858. So once we start to get breaks below the support here at about 1900, we should start to get some nice movement on gold, I'm sure. We've been in a choppy range, lots of ranges for quite some time now. I think gold is ready for a nice clean move. We got this nice clean traffic. Just, looking at the correlation to the dollar is overall bullish still. Or from a macro perspective, at least, it's bullish. And, we had this level at 101. Right here, you can see this support I have marked up at 101, where we had a break below, and essentially this ended up being a fake out. And you can see the way these weekly candles are moving bullish here. You can just assume we grabbed a lot of liquidity from the downside here. You got really nice bullish structure. Come on. Nice bullish structure forming here, forming higher highs, higher lows. Looks like we're on our way to up to 103.5. And like I say, just from that macro perspective, you can see that demand stepping back into the dollar here. So this is a quarterly time frame. If this were a 30-minute, you would look at this as a support, a resistance, turn support, looking to start moving up to these highs. Now, if we tie that in with gold, what's going on the higher time frame, we move back up into these all-time highs with the SVB and Credit Suisse bank collapse. And you can see these strong rejections here to the all-time highs at around 2050. Failed to hold above that area and starting to move back down now. Starting to, I would say once we start to break this 1900 area, you could even consider this as bearish structure on the weekly. And like I say, this clean traffic to the left, you know, these kind of moves generally get corrected. So if there's no real demand in gold, from that safe haven perspective, which lately there hasn't been any sort of catalyst to bring that demand in, where gold is acting as a safe haven, I can see 1870, 1858 over the next couple weeks. But right now we're in a very interesting, delicate area here around 1900, you know, where we could still see a range like this being formed between 1930, 1932 and 1900 flat. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a range forming like this one more time before we get the sell-off there. That's just a bit of a higher time frame overview for today's session. Like I say, I was concerned about some of these levels here. So this level I have marked up 1908, 1907.5 is basically your daily support there that I was looking to see if we would see some reactions or looking as a potential target or rejection zone. But we've kind of just pushed through there. We'll see how that level holds through the session. But overall here, I would love to see a pullback now. So, you know, this move, I don't mind that I missed out on this move. In fact, I was even looking at these sells before the session, but this range was very choppy. I wasn't in a rush to get into anything. But overall, what I like here is that we can see that volume is present. There's nice volume in the market. And this is the volume that we as day traders or scalpers thrive off of and want to take advantage of. So right now I need to see some sort of pullback to retest 1910 or 1911, the support from London session, London and Asian session basically. Right now gold is just melting though. As we break that bullish candle low, expect to see maybe a bit more of a push. Not really my trade. I would love to see a slightly deeper pullback here. Even if that play comes during the new 4-hour candle. But one thing for the chats and for the newer guys, you know, you see a move like this and you start to get antsy, right? You want to get involved. You want to take part in this move. You want to take your piece of the pie. Price most times will pull back. This is where guys start to feel FOMO. This is where you should feel nothing. You know, if you've missed the move, you've missed it. Focus on the next highest probability opportunity. Price has pushed 60 pips, no real catalyst. You're coming into a high time frame rejection area. Wait for a pullback. You want to take trades on the break of that previous bullish 5-minute low. Not bad, but it is more of an aggressive idea. And like I say, do you really want to be aggressive like that on a Monday? No real fundamental, or like no news, should I say? No news today. It's the 14th. Yeah, we got literally no news. We do have some news tomorrow, Wednesday. We got meeting minutes in the evening, and then yeah, pretty slow week. Next week you got some PMI, and then Friday next week, I think that's going to be very interesting, is the Jackson Hole Symposium. So we'll keep an eye out for that. That's got to do with the Fed. We'll probably see Jerome Powell speak there. I think he spoke last time. But I know that this, the last one they had of these, or last year sometime, this year, sorry, last year, this time last year, that brought nice moves. Morning, everybody. Morning, Moses, Wayne, Auto Car Show, thoughts on GJ? I'll have a look at GJ shortly. Hectorino, what's up? Entry at 1913. That's nice. Yeah, that's decent. What I was looking at was this on the 5 minutes. I really like this setup. When you come into a key level and then you get some sort of like rejection candle. So in this area, if you were looking for the sells, obviously you would want to see a bearish candle, right? So that bearish candle, then a weak bullish candle, and then if the next candle is bearish or breaks the lows, you know, if you're in a time of volume, you're seeing that kind of price action off a resistance. That's just really nice. I think that was a solid trade. I wanted something similar, but yeah, like I say, I missed that. So on to the next, waiting for that pullback. Here it is. $30 minutes. Okay, yeah, see, it's pretty much exactly what I was referring to on the 5. Seeing those bearish candles off of a key level, seeing a weak bullish candle, and then a break of those lows. Beautiful. Very nice. You can see the support you've tapped on the 4-hour at 1906. Starting to see some reactions there. But with the volume, you know, I'm going to trust that volume that's coming in. So like I say, if you can get a pullback to retest 1911, 1910, I'm on board for those sells. Nice clear volume, pullback, resistance formed, looking for the continuation. Very straightforward. I'm busy looking for Twitter here on my phone, but it's changed to X. Just want to check the news here on Twitter. See if there's any headlines. Because this is really nice volume. I wasn't expecting this today. Sheesh, I wonder what's going on here. So you had a 5 minute there closing bearish. But look, I mean, I don't think that's enough of a pullback. We didn't really pull back into this area that I was interested in. So, you know, looking for sells in this area is very aggressive, very tough. Just by the looks of things, I think I'm going to have to wait for NYSE today, or the new 4-hour candle. And I definitely want to see the hour candle closing below 1911, even better below 1910, and then a pullback to 1911, and then you got this whole wick to fill. Looking to target 1905, maybe even have runners down to 1900. Lots of volume here today. Nah, Nico, don't play around like that. Okay, well, that's the pullback I want to see. 15's closing bullish. I don't care too much about the 15. If this is the pullback, then this is the pullback. You got 15 minutes until the new 4 hour as well. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, you tap 1910 and you're getting a bit of a rejection. That could potentially be your retest of 1910. Strong rejection on that 5 minutes. Tapped into the lows from Asian session. I would like if we could hang around this 1910 area. I don't want to see the continuation right now. Just want some cleaner price action on the 5 minutes. Maybe a tap of 1911. Yeah. You know, on the new 4 hour, the new 4 hour candle can even give you pullbacks to like 1913 to retest this support, or 1912, this support right here. Just got to be patient. This is still pullback structure here on the lower time frame. You know, so I want to see us come back into 1910, 1911. See what happens there. You got 10 minutes till the 4-hour candle close as well. Like I say, that new 4-hour can give you deeper pullbacks. But if we do get some sort of like a fake out of 1910, so maybe a 5-minute closing above 1910, tapping 1911, and then the next 5-minute closing bearish back below 1910, you know, I could look at that regardless of the 4-hour candle, but it's risky. It is riskier, understanding that the new 4-hour can obviously form a steeper top wick. But if that momentum is there on the lower time frame and the stop is decent, you're willing to take the risk, then, you know. I think for me to take anything now, before the 4-hour candle close, it's gonna have to look something like this. Okay. So this current candle, this current 5, I would want it to look something like this. So yeah, if you get a tap into 1911 and closes like that, that's something I want to see in this area to show me those rejections. I don't mind waiting for the 4-hour though. Like I say, I do want to see the hour and the 4-hour closing below 1911. That's gonna be ideal, but yeah, wow. Yeah, if you're back in this range, I don't want to take any trades in this range. Unless it's these sell ideas I'm referring to, but like I say, then I want the hour candle to close below 1911. So you're tapping that support from London session, the body lows here on the 30 minute from London open. So very nice area to tap. I think Donvo is a fraud. Why would you say that? Why would you say that, Tim? I don't think he's a fraud. Last few minutes of the 4-hour. What do we do, boys? There's a biltong on the 1 minute. The setup I was talking about a little bit early on. So that 5 closed respecting 1911. He had a bit of a wick up into the support from London session. Very aggressive coming into the new 4 hour. But what I'm going to do here is on the break of that bullish candle low on the 1 minute, I'm going to take a sell right there if we break that low. Stops are really tight, about 17 pips. Expecting a nice rejection off of this area. Okay, so I got into sells here. We are looking to come down into these lows. And like I say, new 4 hours in 3 minutes. So just be very careful, chat. My stop loss is at 1912.6. We do want to see price breaking below 1910 here. And if the 5 minute flips back bullish, or if the 5 minute breaks its own high, you can also look to manage at that point. If you are not happy with the 4-hour candle opening now, then obviously sitting right at entries, you could close your position. Five-minute close bearish there. I don't like that we're above 1910. But if we can break 1910 now, the previous 5-minute low on this new 4-hour, there we go. Let's see if we can get a push. So we did at least close below 1911. So it would be ideal to see this 5-minute here closing below 1910. That's going to be best case scenario. I'm looking to have runners down into 1903. Saw lots of rejections at 1903. You can look to target 1900, but I don't want to be too ambitious here. This 1903 is just a runner target. So I would like to start securing at about 1908. And then TP2 would then be these lows from the previous 4-hour candle. "30 seconds for this 5-minute candle to close. I don't want it to close above 1911. Okay, so not the ideal closure we wanted there. Still closed below 1911. So let's see what happens here. Very fresh into this 4-hour candle. You know, steeper top wicks can be created, but this was more than enough of a pullback for me to see. After such a nice deep aggressive pullback, coming into these levels that I was very interested in, I'm not really needing to see much more of a pullback. That's why I got in now before the 4-hour candle close. I'm not too concerned about a deep pullback on the new 4-hour. I think we've come up and grabbed a lot of liquidity here. I know the entry was very aggressive on the 1 minute, but that was just for a tighter stop as well, because if I am going to take entries in this area, I don't want to take too big of a loss. Breaking that bullish candle low, you know, discuss this setup idea just now as well. When you get a bearish candle off of an area of interest, then a weak bullish candle, and then breaking those lows. So this looks good to me. Breaking back below 1910. If you want to be really aggressive with your risk management, you know, you could move your stop loss to above these candle highs, you know, above 1911. I'm going to leave it where it is for now. But if we do break above this level I've marked up at 1911.1, I will manage my risk. So I'll close out partials. Might even close full, to be honest. Also, just zoom out here. You know, let's visualize this on the 15. If we do come into that TP1, you're breaking the previous 15-minute low. If that 15 then can close below or engulfing the previous candle, or even better below 1907.5, you know, what is the next 15 most likely to do? Most probably continue down. You've got NYSE coming up as well, so, you know, it's going to get interesting, but I'm pretty happy with how it's playing out. I'm going to move my stop loss into 1911.4. Yeah. So I don't want to see this really coming back against me. With this 5 in 1 minute, closing in 1 minute, if we can close below 1910, you're looking pretty good here to push. It's just concerning the previous 5 doesn't have a bottom wick. Sorry, a top wick. But you know what that's also showing is that there's a lot of bearish volume. It's tough. Come on, 5. Hey, closing below 1910, just. Let's see if we get a push now on the new 5. Should get to that TP1 if we break the previous candle low. 1 to 8, boys. Most NR streamers are using an 8 to 1. Come on, gold, break that low. 1 minute structure looks pretty nice here. Can this 1 minute candle break that low? I'm sure it can. Let's go. $15-minute candles coming to a close in 3 minutes as well. I would like to see us actually hitting that TP1 before this 15-minute close. So let's just keep an eye on this. Struggling here. "15 minutes until NYC as well." Okay, there we're breaking the previous 5 low. We should see that TP1. Come on, gold. Taking its sweet time now. Whatever happens, TP1 or not, I will close out partials before the 15-minute close and go break even, so move my stop loss to entry, stopping to get that push. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close out 50% here. Move stop loss to break even. So about 16 pips. That's alright. NYSE coming up, you know, NYSE can give you another pullback to retest some of those areas we were looking at just now if you're not getting this push now. So just be aware of that. You know, this 15 is going to close bearish, and then we'll see about the 30. Didn't quite get that TP1. I was about like 7 pips away. Okay, so now I secured some partials here before NYSE even. Not really giving the volume. So just manage your risk. Even if you're gonna still hold full, you know, consider moving your stop to break even. I wouldn't be surprised if we came up to retest 1910 again. Maybe even get a steeper top wick on the 4 hour. So, you know, you form this high at like 1912. Could get a fake out of 1912. You know, we'll see what happens. Just give me a second, guys. I'm gonna be back now. Cheers, cheers. But yeah, I'm still holding 50%, so still letting these runners go. I secured roundabout here. Secured 50%. Okay, chat, I'll be back now. Pushing here, broke the previous 15-minute low. You are coming into a 15-minute support at 1907.5. Let's see if we can do some damage here before NYSE. Just gonna let it run for now, but might close some more before NYSE. What's up, Justin? Bushgold. You know, when I set these TPs, they just I'm willing to close out before those levels. So when I say TP2 down here, that's basically your wick fill on the 4 hour, but we can come into this support right here and see rejections. You know, on the 15-minute, we're already at this support. So be careful at this area. Could definitely see some rejections here, but just looking at the structure, we look good to come down into these lows. Let's call it at least 1907. Ten minutes until NYSE. Sitting up about 20-25 pips. Not bad, not bad to start the week. What's up, DC? DC, you still streaming? I know we spoke about it the other day, but do you still stream from time to time? Yeah, perfect, man. I think that's the way. Man's kind of like Roger Banks. Just streams when he wants to. So just keep in mind this 1907.5, 1908 was basically the TP1, and that was also based off of that being the daily support looking to the left. Like I say, this is lining up with the 15-minute support as well. So it looks like he's struggling to break through that area coming into NYSE. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we revisit 1910, 1911 with NYSE. You know, if we can get some rejections here, then same trade ideas. So far looking good though, looking very good. Yeah, we'll just monitor this. Like I say, I'll probably take off some more profits coming into NYC. We're struggling in and around this 1908, 1907 level. Come on. If we can break below this little area here, we should see a nice little push, I'm sure. And there you go. Let's go. TP2 boys. There we go. Okay, lovely. Coming into this 5-minute support, we got about 6 minutes until NYC open. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes, but I'm looking to start securing some more here. Okay, let's give the new 5 minute a second. Let's see if we break that low. Can get this wick 4 on the 4 hour down to 1906. But 5 minutes until NYSE. You know, like I said, I'm going to start to consider securing some more here. If we break that low, we should get that TP too. And there it is. Textbook. This is what I love to see in New York. Nice clean volume. You break below an area. Like I say, you don't FOMO into anything. Just wait. The pullback will come. Retest an area like the support from London session. Just need to see signs of rejection. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm going to secure a little bit more, yeah. Okay, so that was essentially now my TP2, we could call it. 35, 36 pips. Nice way to start the week. Good volume here on a Monday. NYC in 3 minutes, boys. Just be careful. As you come down into these lows, like I say, you can get pullbacks at NYC. Something you don't always see is if NYC just gives you a push, which would be nice, of course, if you're holding some profits here, but don't get hopeful. Rather close out some of your position and be happy with the profits. Final TP is at 1903 for me. Like I say, you could look to hold to 1900, but there's a lot of rejections here. So I'm happy if we can get to 1903. And that'll be my final TP. Stop loss is at entry. So risk-free trade. Just gonna let it run. And that's basically the day. You know, you could get another setup at NYC. But that's, like I say, that's textbook. That's what I want to see. I'm happy with that. Beautiful, pushing in. It'll be interesting to see what NYSE does if we break the low now. Break that 4 hour low, previous 4 hour low. You got 1905 right here. I'm thinking we might get quite a quick push here to 1903 if we can break these lows. But like I say, once again, don't be surprised if you see pullbacks at NYC. Don't get caught holding the bag. I know last week I got caught holding the bag a couple times. But you know, this is these are areas you want to target, these lows. And then anything beyond those lows is just runners, like I say. Clean. Monster bearish candle coming into NYC. And that's NYSE. So you've closed below the previous 4-hour lows here. Yeah, like I say, looking for quite a quick push now to 1903. You got 1905 right here where you may see some reactions, and that may lead to that pullback we're talking about. So just be aware of that. Rejections here at 1905. But I've closed out the majority of my position. With the way we closed there on that 30 minute, just looking to the left. Yeah. You can see all these rejections at 1903. So let's see if we can come into this area. But we've tapped 1905. Like I say, that pullback may happen here at NYC. If this candle closes like this, a weak bullish candle, and the next candle breaks the low, you might even have a move down to 1900. What time did you guys start trading? It's my first time here. I started COMEX open basically. So 20 minutes after New York open. New York open a couple minutes before you started to move here today. But it's not every day you see these moves. And when you do, just be grateful, because this is kind of then the play you want to look for. So I'm not interested in trading in the first 20 minutes of NYC. I mean, in New York Open. I want to wait until after COMEX, wait for that 30-minute candle to close after New York Open. And then that's going to give you some nice clean direction sometimes. But my main focus is really NYC actually. But this is what I would want to have seen at NYC anyway. So if the setup is there and the volume is there, I'm not too worried about the timing. I mean, I took this with like 3 minutes until the 4-hour close, The whole idea was that we had come up and grabbed enough liquidity. We didn't need a steep topic on the 4 hours. So I wasn't concerned about that. If this 5 closes below 1905, we'll get that runner TP. Struggling at that level. Yeah, that should be a TP, boys. Surely. No. No, it looks like a little bit of a rejection here at 1905. I'm gonna close full. Actually, wait. Let's wait for the 5 minutes. It's pretty volatile, up and down. But this is looking more like a rejection at 1905 to pull back deeper at NYC open. You know, I did mention if you closed a weak bullish candle and you're still below these lows, and then you break that low, you can expect a really nice push. So let's just see what happens here. If you break this 5-minute high, I will be out. I'm actually going to move my stop loss to above that previous 5-minute high. So let's call it 1906.5. Keep in mind, this is just a runner. Welcome, Richard. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Good to have you here. With this volume, if we break that low, I'm gonna add a little bit here. But it's gonna be very aggressive. Very aggressive. I haven't added just yet. Okay, yeah. Fuck, man. And then stop loss above that previous 5-minute high. As soon as you tap 1903, I would go break even on this second position. Lowering risk with this entry right here. It is a tricky one, but with NYC volume and that setup on the 5, I'm willing to risk it with such a tight break-even point. I am anticipating us to come into 1903. So yeah, looks decent. I'm willing to risk it. Like I say, not a big fan of adding 2 positions, but if it's there, it's there. Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Just don't throw away your profits doing silly things, yeah. So like I say, I've lowered risk here immensely on this second position. Looking to target 1900 flat, but I'll go break even at 1903. So it's a very tight break even point. But you gotta be quick here. Come on. So I've still got the first position running as well. So as soon as you hit that runner TP, go break even on this added position. Okay, you closed nicely there below 1905. It looks pretty decent to me. I think we should get that push here. TP I'll have at 1900.5. Not really what you want to see on the 1 minute, kind of faking out of 1905. But yeah, that's my setup. So I didn't mind lowering risk and adding to this initial position. Still gonna be a pretty good day, no matter what happens at this point. This 5 can flip and break the previous 5 minute low. We should be in for a treat. But that's the one thing I don't like about adding to positions, man. When that second position goes in drawdown, fuck, I hate it. There's something about it. But that's why you lower your risk, in these added positions. For me, at least, this is still, I'm still practicing these ideas. If I hadn't taken the first trade and this was the setup I took, I would have been okay with it. But the fact that I'm adding and now I've got like multiple positions, that's kind of what makes me antsy. So I just lower my risk on these added positions. Come on, 5. Your 15-minute candle's about to close as well. Tough situation. No. Looks like we're holding above 1905 here on the 1 minute. I've got my stop loss for the runner and the second position at 1906.7. It is on the screen. One minute for the 5 and 15-minute candles to close here. Tough spot to be in. If we close above 1905, I'm going to close full on everything, runners and this added position. Yeah, so you know what? It's pretty close to stops. I'm gonna leave it. Let's see if we respect this level. But it doesn't look good. I think we'll probably get deeper pullbacks now from 1905. So if you're still in those first positions, you know, secure some. Still below this level, still below these lows. Fifteen closed. 15 basically closed exactly how the 5. 15 is doing what this 5 was doing, where you had that weak bullish body candle close, but you were still below these lows. So, you know, if you break that 15-minute low, if we got enough volume, be very careful of 1903, but you could see a nice push here. But if this 15 is flipping bullish and breaking its own high, I mean, the stop loss is there for a reason. And at that point, it's going to be, I don't think you would want to be holding. Do you trade every day? Not Sunday and Saturday. But yeah, Monday to Friday. Some days, you know, if the market's ranging and there's maybe big news to come, then I won't trade. Okay, we look good, boys. I think we looking good. Yeah, we chilling. We just need to get below 1905. There we go. Come on, close below 1905. And then yeah, once you break this previous 15-minute low, we're off to the races. But like I say, that 1903 level, I'm concerned about that level. I want to move stops to break even very quickly as soon as we tap that 1903. Okay, we should get a push now. And then okay, there it is. Okay, 103 incoming. Moving my stop loss to break even here on the second entry. Like I say, you want to be aggressive in this area. You can reject hard. I'm pretty happy with the initial trade. So this is kind of like a, you know, just give it a shot. Whatever happens, happens sort of thing. So yeah, break even on this second entry. If we can break below 1903, we should get a nice TP at 1900 here. Or 1900.5. And then remember, there we go. That should be TP for the runner. Yeah, TP1. Sorry, not TP1. The TP from the initial position just hit for 1,000 pips. 75 pips. 75 pips, and we got another risk-free position here. Beautiful. Be careful of this 1903. Stop loss is at break even, yeah. I don't care what happens with this position now. Whatever happens, happens. Because I know this 1903 level is a very strong level of rejection. I saw opportunity to at least drive into that level and, like I say, go break even. And then if there was enough volume, look to target 1900. But we'll see. We'll see. 5 minute. This is also the new 5 minute. So that could be your top wick for the new 5. And if we break that previous 5 minute low, man, payday. I got 2 accounts open here. One break even was hit. Yeah, there we go. So break even for that second trade. You know, no matter how that 5 minute looks, that 1903 level is very strong. So just be careful. For me, break even on this second added position. TP on that first position. Very, very nice trade. That was bread and butter right there. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I see people drop off already. TP gets it and people drop off. Nonsense, thanks, nothing. You're welcome. Thank you for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good week. Might be a patience and character building week in this range. So we've got some of this nice move down today. But if you are stuck in this range, it may be choppy. But that's the beauty of trading the lower time frames, you know. You can still catch some nice moves in these ranges. So yeah, we'll take it as it comes, take it day by day. If your daily is closing below, let's just call it 1905 to 1908. Your daily is closing below that level. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be filthy. I think it'll be a good day tomorrow. So let's see how this daily closes. But if you're closing back in the range above 1908, gonna be a tough day tomorrow. See you, yeah, I'll see you there.